Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah. Look, man. Look, let's just get the recording and just get to it. You know what I
Well, let's
mean?
get to it then.
You know what I mean? Yo, this is the Zone Sports Podcast. Hit them air horns, man. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you new to the show, I'm your boy Big V. That's my co-host over there, the best co-host in the world. My guy, you know what I mean? My boy Corey, he never telling the same old time story. You know what I mean?
Never.
Yo, I listen, man. We've been gone for a week or so. You know what I mean? My man was on his family vacation and all that. Salute to him. How are you and how was it, bro?
Oh man, it was great. Went down to Carolina Beach. You know what I'm saying?
Mm,
Had to work on my tan a little bit. Hit out there in the sun. It was hot as hell. Brought the baby girl out to the beach for the very first time. And bro, she won't feel in that rip current at all. She won't feel in that water, dog. She ain't had that water. She didn't want that water. She wanted to build her sandcastle. She don't want that water. She didn't want to play in the water. Try to bring her
okay.
over there twice. Boy, she just had that look and squirming like, Daddy, please, please. I had her on my shoulder. She was trying to get off my shoulder so she won't go back up in that water. Won't having it. But we built the sandcastle somewhat, and the rest is history. Hot as hell, buddy. Yeah. Oof.
What,
What
what,
went to,
what?
the, went to the aquarium though? Now the aquarium, she loved the aquarium.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, well,
Great,
well
good
I
stuff.
mean, before we jump the pod off, man, we gotta give a salute to
Yeah.
Miss Corey for being in the news for turning two.
The news. Who's turning two? News two. Baby girl, fresh downstairs, fresh out of daycare, fresh on TV. She here turning two, and it's over. It's all over. Okay, climbing couches is her thing. It's a wrap. It's over. I can't do anything in the couch anymore. It's over. It's been over, but it's really over.
I love it, man. Bro. You know what I mean? I know what you and your wife went through, man.
Yeah,
Conceiving this child, man.
yeah.
I know y'all could not be happier to see
Cannot
this. You know what I mean? To see this 2-year-old moment. I know how it is, man. Salute to
wipe the
y'all,
smile off
man.
my face, man. I appreciate that, brother. Boy, I can't be any happy. I love it, man.
Already, man. Before we go any further, hey, salute to the sponsor, Skyzone.Society. Y'all know the brand, you know what I mean? Y'all know who we y'all know who we sponsored by. You know what we here for, you know what I mean? But a lot has been happening since we've been gone. But hold on, Fro, whoa. Let me. Before we get into all this sports talk, yo, I know it look a little bit different, man. I'm out here in New Orleans, baby. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You
okay.
know,
It looked a little bit different.
I'm out here in New Orleans on tour, man. I got the show tomorrow night on July 4th. You know what I'm saying? I'm out here at the Howling Wolf, legendary venue, likes of Mary J. Blige. Wu-Tang
Mm.
Clan has passed through the venue. You know what I mean? So I'm just here trying to do what I do. You know what I mean? So
Man,
I'm
so
on the I'm on the
salute.
mega and mega tour. Shout out to Lil MC and Megan Noak for having me out here. My Cali peeps went out to Cali, met them. They got me booked on this tour. You know what I mean? So
Word.
salute to them. So yeah, man, your boy out here in the know. You know what I mean?
So basically what you saying is if cats ain't gonna check out the fireworks outside in the hot humidity, they can come check you out in the NO because it's gonna be indoor. Indoor fireworks is what you're telling the people.
Absolutely. And
Okay.
when Corey, when I come to do these things, man, in these different states, I always got the air guitar in the bag. So you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know what I come to do, baby. You know what I mean. You know what I come to do. Pause and all that. You know what I mean. So yeah, man, I'm glad to be here. I'm glad to be here with you talking to sports, man. I missed you last week. I can't lie. So
Yeah.
much. We could have
Gosh.
did. Well, let me tell the people we could have did the pod last week. It was just so much going on with the draft. I told Corey to just we gonna wait till the draft is over. Too much trade news going on, and that's exactly where I want to start with the NBA. You know what I mean? And the draft, ladies and gentlemen. If you've been under a rug or on the rock, I know y'all still heard about Bronny James coming to the LA Lakers with the second round, 55th pick in the draft. Corey, there's some things I ain't like about this. So I'm gonna jump straight into it. Um, you know, my guy, I can't remember his last name, Bob, whatever, who used to was the CEO of the Warriors.
Okay.
Um, Bob Myers, that's his name.
Bob Myers, yeah.
During the second round of the draft, Bob Myers made it known that LeBron James, his camp, Rich Paul, and all them was calling the teams, Corey, and telling them, do not take Bronny, because if they took Bronny, he had plans to go to Australia. All because they were setting this up for him to come to the LA Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm gonna be real, I don't like it, Corey. I didn't like that. I didn't like that, man. I don't like it. Like, let's just call it what it is, man. Bronny wasn't like that in college. Like, come on. Bronny wasn't like that. He averages 4 points and some change a game. He wasn't like that in college to me. He just wasn't. Can he get better? Of course. Can he reach his full potential? Of course. Do I feel like he reached his full potential at USC? I do not. But I don't like the fact that you got, your daddy and them calling around, telling teams don't draft my son, or don't draft him, or he gonna go to Australia. Like, yo, dog, I just feel like sometimes you got to just roll the dice and see where they land. And I hear people saying, yo, if it was your child, you did the same thing. Not so fast, my friend. I can't say that. Even if I had the pool to have my son on the same team, I would have went about it a different way. Bob Myers would have known that I was telling teams, yo, don't draft my son, or he's not gonna come to you. I don't like the way that's presented. Look, man, optics are a lot. They're not everything, but optics are a lot. And when you come out and tell people, yo, don't draft my son, and he's not gonna play for you, I mean, it kind of puts a target on your son, in my opinion. It puts a target on your son, it puts a spotlight on your son. An unwanted spotlight, someone could say. Because people have been asking Bronny, and I know this is cap. They asking him, yo, how you feel about playing with your dad? Here he go lying. I never even thought about playing with my dad. What are you talking about? Like, y'all, the whole James camp with Rich Paul and them are playing this politically correct game, and I don't like it. I know how it go, but I just feel like with LeBron, he always talking about some. I'm not the GM. I'm the player, and you always want to defend when you're not involved in these things. When you actually are involved in these things, stop playing like you and Bronny and Rich Paul aren't huddled up saying, "Yo, this is what we're gonna do to get you on the Lakers." Like, who y'all think y'all fooling? Just stop. It pisses me off. I ain't like that, Corey. I would have been cool if it wasn't public. When Bob Myers put that out there, it it didn't sit right with me. I don't like it. And I get it. It's your son. You want him on the team. But it's different ways, in my opinion, to go about doing this. You LeBron James, this didn't have to be public. This didn't have to be public. Somehow it seeped out and made it to Bob Myers' desk. And here we are. I don't like it. And also, you know, this was too much press for a 55th pick in the second round of the draft. Too much press of somebody averaging 4 points a game. Way too much press, Corey. I could think of plenty of second. Yo, and oh, by the way, since we're talking about second rounders, did you know that Baycott didn't get drafted?
No, he did not. He actually signed, I forgot what type of contract it was. But it's basically like it's a couple of 10-day contracts. It's basically a contract to see if you could work out enough to get a main contract.
Corey, we got
shout out to Harrison Ingram. Ingram got drafted, but yeah,
Corey,
no,
we got to stop. Let's stop. Baycott put up way more points than LeBron. Like, yo, can we just call this what it is? This favoritism bullshit. Like, let's just stop. Let's just stop. Baycott actually contributed to a team who had a chance to go deep into the tournament. Bronny James averaged 4 points a game, Corey. You know what I mean? Sometimes he had 6. Sometimes he had 1. Sometimes he had 2. Sometimes he might have had 10. When you average 4, you average 4 points a game. This is too much spotlight for somebody and too much calling around. Yo, he gonna go to Australia. If I'm the other teams you calling me, I probably would have put my pick in for him just because of that. Like, dog, no G League for Baycott, no nothing. Like, in my opinion, Baycott deserves to be in the league more than Bronny James does. That's just my opinion, Corey. Like, that's just where I stand with it. But we know what this is. We know what it's about. Your dad is the top dog. y'all can make these rich moves, whether they become public or not. And now and we all know that Bron has been trying to stay in the league so he can play on the same team with his son. Again, my problem with this, man, you could have went about a little bit more discreetly than your team could have went. I'm not gonna say you, but your team within Rich Paul and them, y'all could have went about this a little bit more discreetly than y'all did. And I don't like it, man. What are your thoughts?
This is actually a multi-layered conversation, so I'll try to be quick as
True.
possible. People
True.
who know me know that I'm always a team guy over a player guy. Like I root for teams, I don't root for individual players, right? And so, you know, as far as with Bronny James and LeBron James wanting to play together, I don't have a problem with that.
Right,
I've
me either.
benefited from nepotism, which is layer one of the conversation that some people do and don't have an issue with. We want to look at nepotism. You could look at how in the hell Jeannie Buss got the team when her dad gave it to her and her brother. So you don't even have to leave the Lakers camp. I've got maybe like 4 or 5 of my 9-to-5 jobs as a teenager and semi as an adult before I got into my career on the hookup. Somebody I knew, a friend I knew worked there. My mom got me a job at the radio station so I didn't have to flip burgers at Hardee's when I was at Kinston High. My man Key helped me get a job at Circuit City when I was in college. You know,
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you this before you proceed. Did your mom tell the jobs or the people at the radio station, if you don't hire him, he's going to Greenwood to work at Walmart?
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No,
Okay.
they didn't. And that's the layer of it. So the nepotism part, I don't really mind.
Right.
Me personally, getting back to the team aspect, I'm not saying that I don't mind him being on the Lakers. I just wish we wouldn't have used a second round pick on him. Because typically after the draft is over, you could sign players and really do that whole 10-day contract to kind of really vet them out, or in some cases what they do is stash them. Now here's some news that I just literally just saw. I don't know if you caught it. So Bronny James just signed a 4-year deal,
$7.9 million
with the $7.9 million. I did not know that until literally just now.
guaranteed.
Guaranteed. So he got a roster spot on that. Now getting back to the team deal. I like our first round pick. I think his name is Dalton Connect. Is he going to really make a killer impact? I don't know, or whatever. I know that you're definitely not dependent on your second round pick to really contribute or do anything. That's also like a semi-stash spot. But then you look at like the likes of Draymond Green. He was drafted in the second round and stuff like that. So as a Lakers fan, from the hiring of JJ Redick, which we're going to get into next, to this year, I think we should change the name from the LA Lakers to the LA LeBrons. Here's my final point that I have issue with it. Again, Bronny James, hey, I'm a sucker for father and son stuff. Me and my dad did a lot. I'm a huge fan of the Sanford and Son show and stuff like I love all that. I always got a soft spot in my heart.
Of course.
And, but I get that they wanted to hear his name drafted. But in addition to what you said, you heard this saying all the time, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. Mm-hmm. Right? You ain't got to lie, Craig. You ain't got to lie. It is what it is. We knew what time it was. I really wish he wouldn't have got drafted. I still feel like, because there's sometimes, man, players, they pop. You don't know where they come from. And like you said, you just compared Armando Bacot to Bronny James, right? And I know I'm biased. You may be biased. I'll speak for myself that I'm waiting. Like when I saw Harrison Ingram from Carolina get drafted, I'm waiting for Armando Bacot. I'm like, yo, where is he at? And I get it. He's not really a 3-point shooter and stuff like that, but there's still room for cats for the back to the basket type of tall guys. And the fact that he's not officially on the NBA or he didn't get drafted is kind of odd to me. Broke all ACC records, but anyway, I ain't gonna keep babbling about that. Getting to the Lakers, they should call it change the name from the LA Lakers to the LA LeBrons. Final point: the fact that LeBron James has this much power, and yes, I have a LeBron James jersey in my closet, but he has this much power at the age of 40. It's kind of crazy to me. Yes, he's still balling. Yes, he's still a top 10 player. He's not the Miami Heat LeBron, bro. Like, I'm like, yo, the Lakers, I'm like, yo, what are we doing? So now I'm thinking of, are they doing this as a long play? Similar to what they did with Kobe, where it's like, yo, you come over here, you a superstar, we going to take care of you. Now, who that's in play for, Maybe not now, but it's definitely down the line for whoever. Maybe that's the deal because if nothing else, even though Klay Thompson turned us down and stuff like that, LA take care of their stars, whether they old or not. And that's not to be denied. But yeah, I didn't like us using a second round pick on them. I wish we could have picked them up after that. And like you said, the whole deal of I actually, you know what's crazy? Boston was in front of us right before Bronny James got picked. And I was just like, oh, are they gonna pick him? And then because I'm thinking that another team could pick Bronny to lure LeBron James over there, being that he hasn't signed or whatever, and kind of made it real murky. Like, dude, you're not about to run all this. But obviously, Rich Paul got to the guys and they stayed their hands off. And maybe they finally figured that, hey, you know what? You going all crazy over this guy. We don't really know if he's really an NBA player yet. So y'all do y'all over there. We're gonna do us over here and draft us some NBA players. So
And I couldn't agree with them more on that decision. I couldn't agree with them more on that decision. Take somebody like a Baycott, who's more experienced, who actually contributed to a winning team and actually pushed his team through the finals. And
I agree.
That's just me if I'm a GM. You know what I mean? I'm a GM, but I understand politics too. I understand the pull LeBron and Rich Paul camp has. So did I expect anything less than this? Probably not. Like it wasn't a secret that he was going. It wasn't a secret Brian was going to
No.
Lakers. We all knew. But when you sit there and you put that statement out, don't draft him because he would go to Australia.
It's the optics of it you
It's
don't
the
like,
optics
right?
of it. You coming in you are already spoiled.
Yeah.
You feel me? So now you coming in extra spoiled, averaging 4 points a fucking game. What are you doing? Like what? Like, and again, you know what, Corey? This typical Lakers bullshit, yo. Typical Lakers bullshit.
It is.
Typical Lakers bullshit, man. And that's just what it is. This is what I sum up to this fuck shit the Lakers be doing. Typical Lakers bullshit, yo. Like we probably could have used that last pick on somebody who maybe, could have contributed a little bit sooner. I don't know how quickly Bronny would be able to contribute coming off the bench and doing whatever he's doing. I don't even know if he's league ready. Nothing that he's done in college makes me think that he was ready for the league. When I first saw that he had entered the draft, I was thinking, no.
We talked about that.
We talked about that on this pod. We was thinking, no, maybe transfer.
Right.
Right. Into the draft, I don't like it. I don't, Corey. I don't like this whole situation. I just don't.
So real quick before we move on, so Armando Bacot is did an Exhibit 10 contract with the Utah Jazz, and Ryan with the OKC. So basically, real quick, what an Exhibit 10 contract is, it basically allows for an NBA team to convert a player's 1 year minimum contract into a two-way contract, but it has to happen at the start of regular season. So,
man, Baycott, man, we hope you land a spot. You deserve a spot. You deserve a spot. Keep working, and the Lord will bless you, hopefully, with a spot on the NBA team. Let's keep it on the Lakers, though, Corey. I came on this podcast, man, and I ripped the Lakers for this hiring of JJ Redick. I'm here to say, Corey, I take it back. I was wrong. I take it back. I take it back, Corey. You know why I'm taking it back, Corey? I had some time to sit with this, and the news that came across my desk today made me take it back just a little bit more, Corey, because here's the thing, right? I don't like the way that JJ Redick was hired. Again, typical Rich Paul shit, typical LeBron shit again. But Corey, today they added on Nate McMillan and Scotty Brooks as assistant coaches behind JJ Redick. And Corey, I ain't gonna lie, I like it. I like it, Corey. I like the fact that McMillan and Scotty Brooks are behind JJ Redick. Pause. I like that, bro. I do. I like it because Nate has been has been a winning coach of this league. He's been around to a couple teams. His overall record is winning, and I think people have forgotten the job that Scotty Brooks did down there in OKC when he had Durant, Westbrook, and Harden. I think people forgot that they might have They might have. Did they go to the finals that time?
Yeah, they went to the finals. They faced the Heat.
They went to the finals. I like the fact they're adding two good coaches with good resumes behind somebody who doesn't have quite a coaching resume yet. I think that this is going to be good for the Lakers core. I'm not going to lie. I think that those two behind JJ Redick and those three as a head for coaching, I like that. I like that mixed in with the team that we have currently. I really do. I think adding those two pieces is going to help JJ along with his coaching and really give him a guide of how to do things. At first, I'm still against the way that everything went about as far as how he was hired. I still think that them bringing in the Villanova coach was a smokescreen because they knew they had this guy. The Connecticut coach.
Yeah.
I knew that I knew they wanted him, and I just think that they used the Connecticut coach as a smokescreen. I don't think they even had. I know they offered him a deal, but I don't think they truly wanted him. I think they wanted that smoke screen to go out because of the Rich Paul bullshit that travels along with these type of situations, such as this Bronny James situation. But I do like this hiring of the two assistant coaches next to JJ, and I think they're gonna be guiding him along well. I really think this is gonna put a spark behind us, man. I don't know. Call me crazy, Corey, but I'm telling you, man, I like Nate McMillan and Scotty Brooks on that bench, man, as assistant coaches. What are your thoughts on these new hiring, man?
Man, hold on for a second. Big V.
Look, let me tell y'all now, when Corey put these shades on, some crazy shit is about to happen. Go.
Big V, it's over.
It's over.
It's over. Have you ever seen a team in NBA franchise go 0-82?
No.
Okay. That's what's about to happen to us, Big V. We stink. It's all over. It is over. It is over. The Lakers are a freaking clown show from the depths of hell. Okay? I want you to listen to me. Now, am I mad at Nate McMillan and Scotty Brooks? Absolutely not. Those are reputable coaches.
Right.
And you know what, Big V? Had either one of them been the head coach that we end up getting for head coach with JJ taking notes from them, I would have been like, okay, that's cool in the game. JJ, you ain't ready. We talking about how much Bronny ain't ready yet. JJ, you ain't ready yet. He's still the head coach. Ish is going to flow down here. You know what this means, man? So Nate McMillan, Scotty Brooks got coaching experience out the wazoo.
Yeah.
JJ has none other than what his kid is middle school or whatever. It doesn't matter. It sounds ridiculous that we've been talking about JJ Redick. First of all, my trip was damn near spoiled. Okay, I almost had to get put on suicide watch because that's when I found out the daggone news when I was working on my tan. Okay, my daughter's scared of the beach. I'm scared to root for the Lakers because we are a clown show. We are worse than the Three Stooges multiplied by however many people is in that staff record label and as a mother effing crew. We are horrible. Okay, because you know what? JJ Redick has the power to do? He has the power to veto anything that Nate McMillan and Scotty Brooks said. He has that. Now, if he's smart, which they claim that he is, he will listen. You know, I understand that you the boss. You got to make the final decision. Big V, JJ Redick is dropping F-bombs in the intro news conference of him being introduced. Dropping F-bombs. You don't drop F-bombs in the introductory press conference when we
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yes, because he's sitting up here mad because it's like, oh, I've been hearing things about and I'm paraphrasing, I've been hearing things about the how I got the job, and I know, so let me go ahead and get the elephant out of the room. So he called himself getting in front of it after the reporter asked him, and he's basically like, it's none of nobody's effing business. Then he dropped about maybe 3 or 4 F-bombs up in there or whatever, kind of just, and so it bothers him. But see, here's my thing, man. when you are a beneficiary, if you will, of nepotism of King James in King's Court, you can't get mad when you get the job and somebody's like, yo, he cut the reporter off mid-try. I already know what you're getting ready to say, Mr. Reporter, man. Hey, I'm effing sick of talking about it. I'm ready to coach the effing players that I have on my effing roster. Dude, whoa. Time out. Because are you a star or no? Are you a public figure or no? So you know this is going to get brought up. You bring up the F-bombs after you lose a game. Maybe after you get bounced out the playoffs, which we won't make this year. I'm going ahead and putting that out. We ain't making the playoffs this year, Biffy, just so you know. Let's get that out of the way.
Don't do that.
if your star player ends up leaving, I can even see him dropping the F-bomb and Klay Thompson ain't want to come to this clown show of an organization known as the Los Angeles Lakers. Okay, I get you dropping a whole bunch of F-bombs, but because somebody hurt your feelings? Are you that sensitive? Hey, man, Nate McMillan, Scotty Brooks, do the best that y'all can, man, because we're in trouble. But yes, I am happy when I found this out, did I feel a little bit better? Yes, I felt a little bit better, like from basically from like here to like a little bit better, Big V, a little bit better. I digress. Ray-Bans off.
I definitely, man.
How many games you think we're going to win this year, Big V?
I'm thinking playoffs. Playoffs?
We didn't talk to me about playoffs. We were just trying to win a game. Shout out to Jim Moore. Rest in peace. Playoffs. We a joke, bro.
Really? You think so?
This is going to be more entertaining than anything else. Big V, dog. We lost out on the Klay Thompson sweepstakes. We ain't getting no DeMar DeRozan. LeBron offered to take a pay cut. We couldn't do anything with it because we stink. I don't blame Klay Thompson for not wanting to come to be an LA Laker to honor his dad. I get all of it. We stink. I'm calling it right now. Okay, at 0-82 is maybe a bit harsh. Okay, that's my heart and my hatred for JJ.
Right.
Now, I will admit that. He's a Dookie. I'm a Carolina fan. I get all that,
Okay.
He's an arrogant pompous ass, and he can't handle anything. Super thin skin. We in trouble, bro. We in trouble. Oh, and you just wait. You just wait till LeBron James start demanding that Bronny get some real playing time. You just wait. It won't happen now. But let's just say if the season does a freaking tail dive, nose, and a dive, and we ain't going nowhere, why not play Bronny James? Why not play him? Well, James, I don't want to play him right now. Whoa, then dude. Come on, man.
This is already a conflict of interest with LeBron having a podcast with the coach now. I don't know how that works. Like, I don't know if they can still have the podcast or maybe they can do
another podcast at the start of the season. That's it. I'm out. I'm jumping the mountains, y'all. I'm going off a cliff. I'm but I'm off a cliff.
It's going to be crazy if they continue doing this podcast while he's the coach.
No way
LeBron is on the team.
No way.
Season. So you don't see them doing the podcast during the season. Probably not during the season.
Are you kidding me?
Right?
No. Maybe I think the podcast is dead now.
Really?
Hey, can I tell you something real quick? I know I'm going over.
Yeah.
JJ Redick is not going to coach the summer league. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Why is he not getting any practice in during the summer? He's going to let the assistant coach. He's acting like he's Greg Popovich. As it stands today, JJ Redick is not going to coach the summer league this year.
That may be a mistake, getting a chance to bond with all the players and building team chemistry and coach chemistry. That may be a big mistake for him. Man, I hope that changes. I really do hope that changes, man. Keeping on NBA, this is off. I just want to touch on this real quick. I really can't believe we lost out on Klay Thompson. When I saw he was a free agent, I thought immediately he's coming to the Lakers. His dad played for the Lakers. We are going to wrap that. He's from Cali. We're going to wrap that up. We lost it. We lost that, and to me, it just speaks volumes to the front office at this point.
Yeah.
No way you let that man go anywhere else but LA. No.
Well, they said it was two reasons that he didn't come super real quick. One,
Okay.
obviously there's no state tax in Dallas, and obviously Dallas with them
Okay.
being a finals contender. Number two, Golden State did not want to do the sign and trade because the only player we was going to give up was D'Angelo Russell. Keep in mind, D'Angelo Russell been over there before, and it's like, yo, this is all we got. Who else we going to give up to do a sign and trade for Clay? And the Lakers weren't willing to do it. So those are some of the two reasons that led to him going to Dallas.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. But you know what, Corey? Nothing was stopping Paul George from getting out of town. Paul George, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know, has joined the 76ers with the likes of Joel Embiid and the gang. You know what I mean? My boy Maxey over there. Your boy got paid. Shout out to Paul George, man. They're saying that this is going to be a major contender for Boston to deal with. In my opinion, Corey, I think a lot of people have forgotten about Milwaukee being in the East. I really think people have forgotten about Milwaukee being in the East. And maybe it's because the sudden coaching change and Dame and Greek Freak not totally having the chemistry down where it maybe need to be.
That
And
takes time.
it takes time.
You saw that with Dallas last year when Kyrie got there.
Yeah, we saw that. It takes time. Greek Freak got injured. I think a lot of people still with that are forgetting that Milwaukee just won a championship 2-3 years ago. They are still Milwaukee. The Bucks are the Bucks. I think this year the Bucks have a lot more to prove with the East getting stacked. But getting back to Paul George and the 76ers, man, I think it was a good pickup. I think this is what Embiid had been wanting. He won another superstar over there, and now he got one. Maxey ain't quite the superstar that Paul George has been, just due to seniority, basically. Paul George been in the league way longer. I think he's going to be a major asset to the team. He can still shoot the mid range. He still can make moves off the dribble, and he don't have to have the ball in his hands all the time to be effective. He don't have to be the main guy at this point all the time to be effective. But I do like the three pieces of having him teamed up with Maxey and teamed up with Joel Embiid. I like that. I really do like that. I hate the fact that Tobias Harris had to go. He's now with Detroit Pistons. I like Tobias. I understand business though, but I would love to see them four together. But I think this may be a resurgence for Paul George, man. I really do. I think he was forgotten about as a Clipper. To me, when he got to LA, it wasn't the Paul George from Indiana that we know. But I think with this pickup and him being back in the Eastern Conference, if he puts the work in and they stay healthy, and, a lot of the 76ers health is really dependent on Embiid and his health. I could see them doing some damage, Corey. What are your thoughts, man?
I think it's a parallel move, honestly, because I think you're trading one injury superstar that he had in Kawhi Leonard to that with Joel Embiid. Now, I do want to applaud Philly because they're going all in because they know they ain't got but so much time left with Joel Embiid.
Oh, with Kawhi Leonard, you meant what do you mean?
Being injury prone, or being injured or not available during the playoffs. Whereas Joel Embiid, he's available during the playoffs, but he's not himself because you got like 3 billion games in a regular season, which is a whole story with that. So I think it's more of a parallel move. I just think that his time in LA was up because I think he realized like, man, look, this isn't going anywhere. And I think the deal that he wanted like a similar deal that Kawhi Leonard got. And I think it was just off by a year. I think they did Kawhi for like maybe 4 years, and I think they was only going to offer Paul George 3. And that was enough to get him up out of there. And then you got James Harden over there where he getting his deal done, and Paul George ain't getting his deal done. So he probably felt like he was slighted. And again, I think it's a parallel move from going from one injury star to another one. You're right. I do think he was forgotten in Clippers land. or whatnot. So hopefully he can have a chance to kind of have a resurgence and maybe even carry the torch for a little while. Maybe, God forbid if Embiid gets hurt for an extended amount of time, hopefully him and Maxey is enough to kind of keep that seat warm or to even get past the first or maybe even the second round
Right.
if something happens with Joel.
Corey, I really think that it was too much going on in Clipperland for Paul George. You got Kawhi over there, who is sometimey. You got Westbrook over there. You got James Harden. And I always just think anywhere that James Harden is, it's too much going on. It's just my. It's just too much money being dispersed and too much bullshit going on. Just my opinion. So I think that in order for him to, get his name back together, he made a smarter move.
Yeah.
What I don't think was smart, Corey, was the Nets trading Mikal Bridges to the
And for
New
all
York
those
Knicks.
picks, oh my gosh. Wow.
I ain't gonna lie, Corey. The Knicks giving away those picks, it don't really bother me. I ain't gonna lie, it don't bother me. It don't bother me because the Knicks are right at this moment. They need to win now. Who cares about a 26 first round pick, 2027 second? Nobody. We want to win now. And much like this draft, which was boring as hell to me,
you ain't know
nobody. Be honest, Corey. I didn't even watch the draft. This was the first time I didn't watch the draft because it just seemed a little bit boring to me. The college players of this year just weren't the college players of yesteryear. And I hate to sound like an old head, but it was nobody that really stood out like a Ja Morant or it wasn't nothing like that. I just feel like giving up those picks was the best move for the Knicks. This is a great move, of course, for my guy Mikal because he's going to still get that contract money that the Nets owe him too. The Nets owe him some money. They owe him money. They signed him to a big contract. He's supposed to have been their franchise guy.
Yeah.
Remember that? They bought him over from Phoenix, and he was supposed to be the guy and all that, but now he's going to a block over.
Basically.
You know what I mean? To the New York Knicks. Corey, this is fantastic. You got him. Now you got my guy, what's my guy name with the braids?
Well, you got Jalen Brunson.
That's what I'm talking about. You got Brunson.
I hated that they had to get rid of my man Harkenstein. They had to get
man, me too.
that was a guy that pick up. He did real good when Julius Randle was out. So I wish they still had him. If they still was able to keep Harkenstein and have Mikal Bridges over there, I would say they could really truly challenge Boston for the East. But when you take Harkenstein up out of there,
right.
I don't know. And Julius Randle been having those. He's kind of in that injury, semi-injury prone where I don't know if you can count on him.
And there's still trade rumors out about him. So we don't know if he's going to be a set Knick or not. They could get traded. But I do like this pickup by the Knicks. I think this is a smart move by James Dolan and the team. What are your thoughts, man?
Yeah, no, I think it's a good look. I mean, I think the all in. I mean, you're right. I mean, yeah, they give up a shitload of picks for him, but it's like, yo, it's now or never with the Knicks. Yes. You're either going to make some moves and get it while the getting is good, because I don't think this team is going to be better than what they are right now, minus Hartenstein. You got to go now.
I agree.
And if you don't, you can stink later. Like, there's nothing new with the Knicks.
Nothing new with the Knicks. All due respect, but it's nothing new with the Knicks. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that be tuning in to our podcast each and every week. You know what I mean? Y'all know how we do it, keeping the sports and all that, man. Shout out to everybody whether you catching the clips on YouTube, Instagram, whatever you're doing. We'll appreciate it, man. As usual, Corey, I appreciate you.
Same, you know my guy.
You know what I mean? I see you with the Ray-Bans, but y'all know how we end this thing, right?
Peace.